onesixtyone, ladies and gentlemen! Thanks very much. I think you've more or less got the idea by now. I just need a word from the woman at the museum jewelry necklace trying to avoid eye contact. It's you.
I used aquarium last time.
Okay.
But so I'll use banjo.
Banjo! How wonderful variety. The banjo
In my
cupboard represents
my heart's desire
for purity and
salvation from
my unsavory father.
Daddy
Was a banjo
lover and
a banjo fighter.
he
Often would cry.
many times
My father would
play the
banjo inside
his room
and cry a lot.
of tears.
I was never able to figure out why he was such a gifted banjo player. He was a systems engineer at Lockheed Martin, but he would come home at 6 p.m. every day and lock himself into the guest room and play the banjo, play it beautifully and soulfully, and cry like a girl.
Cry, and he would yell at any of the kids that even made a noise walking by, even though his banjo was the only sound that you could hear. You were to give him absolute privacy. You weren't allowed to bother him at all. You were to be clear of his path.
For again, what I have to be clear, was 3 hours every working day. He spent a total of 15 hours a week, but many people would spend in their commute crying in a howling, sobbing cry and beautifully playing a beautiful artisanal banjo.
I learned my lesson about not bothering him when one day I came home from school. I got my report card and done particularly well, and I wanted his appreciation. I wanted his validation, and so I went to the door even though I know I shouldn't.
And I opened it, and in there I found my father sitting on an upholstered wingback chair sobbing, while across from him the banjo was on the couch playing itself.
They were both stark naked.
Hello, Gloria.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. That went pretty well.
I was off on a couple of my steps.
I did spot that. I did
Yes.
spot that. I wasn't going to say anything, but since you brought it up.
Thank
But
you.
I found everyone covered for you very well. We all looked like we were in unison, even though you did flub up the most important part of the dance sequence.
Well, I wouldn't say it was the most important part, but I do admit to flubbing it, and I suppose I owe you all.
Hi, Gloria, Michelle.
I suppose I should
Feeling
thank
okay,
you.
Michelle?
I'm feeling fine.
Michelle feels fine, no remorse or anything.
We see that unlike the other women here, Michelle is so old that she just looks like a bunch of pancakes held up by Tinker Toys.
Because you look a little off.
Yeah.
You mean now, right now I look off?
Well, so, yes, but earlier also.
Right. I thought being in the back row was, you know, gonna be okay.
Yeah.
That it would settle the problem, but you're kind of clunking around back there and stealing focus. I mean,
that
from
right?
us frontline girls. Yeah.
Is that right?
When you fell down.
You're not getting rid of me, girls. I'll be here until you guys croak. I promise you. Well, or until I do.
Just because your husband.
Well, this is going to cost me a lot.
Yes, it is. But it's going to be worth it. Think about it. Think how you look out there on the open road, the mighty American sheen strapped between your thighs, the V-twin engine thundering into the ground, leaving a trail of rubber behind you. It's worth it.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Yes, it is. Yes. Well, you're going to make me parting with this money much easier for me.
It's worth it. What is money for, huh?
I don't know.
What are you going to use the money for? Why'd you straighten out all those kids' teeth? Why'd you put in all those braces if not to earn the money to buy this motorcycle? Make yourself a man.
Honey, did you find one that you wanted?
Yes, yes,
Yes. One that I want.
One that you want.
One
This is
that
your
you.
idea.
This is mine.
As long as it makes you happy.
It does.
Daddy, is that motorcycle gonna be out?
Yes, it makes him happy. Yes, it makes him so happy. Soon he'll be out there with the wind streaming down his hair and bugs caught up in the laminar flow around his head.
I won't care.
Saturn, you won't care. Your headlight will leave a cone of freedom onto the tarmac. Your wife and child is nothing to you.
Daddy.
Open that door.
Honey, please watch out for us this
Get out of my godforsaken
Could you play me that song again?
All right, Clara. One more time, all right? This is the last time.
I love it when you play.
I'd like to see you every Thursday. I know, you keep singing over me now. Singing right over me.
Okay, I want this.
All right, one more time. This is the last time. though.
I'm gonna be quiet.
All right, last time.
I love this song.
I know you do. It's been fun singing it to you tonight. It's the last time. I'm tired. I gotta go home and see the
Oh,
wife.
please don't go.
We see that this man is in front of a beautiful ebony Steinway grand piano on top of a beautiful green sod hill, and the evening sky is over both of them. He's wearing a white tailcoat and he's been chained with logging chain to the piano
I'd like to see you every Thursday.
Dancing in the rain. Oh, I forgot it.
That's all right.
Well, we have all the time in the world.
I personally don't, Claire. I should be getting home.
How are you going to get away?
Well, I think someone should give me the key to be fair, Claire.
I'll give you another lemonade.
Clara, are you enjoying your toy?
Yeah.
Does it need more lemonade?
Yes, that's why I went.
You are adorable.
Actually, I have a little heartburn. I don't pee as well.
Then pee.
I'm gonna look.
I gotta be honest with you. I think he's not well. You're gonna have to at least take him inside. If you want him to live, of course, which I encourage him to do.
If I take you inside, will you promise not to leave? Yes.
I promise not to leave.
You think I'm an idiot.
The hell is this? I have a wife, alright? This was a one-night gig. I've been here 3 weeks. 3 weeks, alright? Now, I know I cried a lot. I said a lot of things that were nasty about you and your daughter. And you, doctor, I had a little fit earlier. I apologize to everybody. I just want to go home. I want to see my fucking wife. I want to stop playing this fucking song.
All right, well, if we get all the way through it one time, all the way through, she fucking all that me! She's the client, not the professional!
I told you about your heart rates.
Look, I've shamed a lot of people to a lot of things.
You must think about your heart. His heart has aged quite a bit. Being out in the element and having to sit like that over a long period of time. the nourishment that you have been giving him, it's taken a toll.
Just get through it just one
Daddy, I brought donuts.
Do it. It's nice to
time.
do
Do
it.
it one time. One more time. You're adorable, honey.
The honor.
Eat half of them, Claire. Oh, of course.
Something, you know. I didn't know there was anybody in there, so I thought it would just be a little joke. I just have some firecrackers. Mr. Stevenson was still in there. I didn't know he was cleaning up after the lab today, after the dissection lab, but he was in there.
You threw a firecracker in there?
Yeah.
And he caught it?
Well, no, but there were so many chemicals around.
No.
I need you to help me cover it up, is all I'm saying.
Got it. Let's
We gotta take him home to his wife when nothing happened. Okay?
Cut to that!
Stevenson!
Oh,
You brought your friends home.
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
He was just a little sick. He was just a little sick. And we are the teacher's aides in that class. So, I think he's allergic to frogs or something that was in the lab today.
Eyes are all glazed over.
Yeah, he's a little cold. He's a little cold. Might need a sweater. Some little space heater if you have. Yeah, he was warming himself on the Bunsen burner earlier, and it just was so pathetic. We thought, well, gosh, we gotta take Mr. Stevenson home. So we'll go over here. Can we stay?
Chair,
Okay.
meal, I've got plenty of food.
Would you put me in a chair? I mean, it's the least you can do. Hospitality, you know? Okay. Thanks. Right down.
I like
It's so
salmon.
fun having company over. I know, it's good to have you home. I was worried. Oh, right, who likes spaghetti and meatballs?
Cut to after the spaghetti and meatballs.
Whoa!
Whoa.
He is just very full. He's very full. He doesn't have much of an appetite. He's been looking at dissected frogs all day, so, you know, you can understand.
Thanks for helping
Yeah.
me feed him. I
Yeah.
saw you stuffing it in.
Whoa! Whoa! Mr. Stevenson! Whoa! Whoa!
From me,
Daddy,
honey.
Professor.
Aren't you upset about that?
We have a certain relationship.
Cut to their discussion of that later. The girls have left.
So funny. I just want to thank you for bringing them home. I had a great time with them. They're just the kind of ladies I'd like to hang out with. And I found them both remotely attractive. Oh, sleeping here, so cute. Want to just lay down on the table? I need to wash up.
You wouldn't happen to know how I can get back on Highway 70.
Ah, well. Highway 70 is way down. Where are you headed?
Wherever I find people like myself that want to live free.
Yeah, freedom.
Springs of freedom rolling down the road.
You guys are crawling out of the woodwork.
This is our family. This is our property. You've driven right up through here. You're actually in our front yard.
Well, I apologize. Does everybody play an instrument in the family?
Oh, yes, indeed.
This is how you greet visitors.
Oh, yes, that's exactly how we greet.
I was looking for a place that I could maybe rest for one night. I have to get in touch with my family. I headed out of a motorcycle dealership through the two doors that my daughters were holding open, and I've just driven for miles. I don't even know where I am anymore, really.
Well, that's just fine. I was the controller of a major publicly held corporation. Just started walking one day. Now here I am with my washed up mates.
You did it on your own, too.
All on my own, in sort of a fugue state.
That's
You play an instrument, fella? Do you play something?
Well, I have this little sack that I keep my loose change in now.
Ah,
I get beat on the side of it.
a beaten sack.
A beaten sack! That's just what we need!
I'll be happy to beat my sack with you guys.
Cut to 6 years from now.
I'll tell you what, I just want to say that I've been beating my sack for you guys a long, long time, and not once since that day I got off my motorcycle 6 years ago has anyone said, "Hey, we're glad that you beat your sack with us."
Feeling unappreciated.
Yeah, I know. I sort of joined a rock star group, and I have to pay my dues, and I feel like I paid my dues.
I'll tell you what, friend. This is not a place for appreciation. This is a place for camaraderie, fellowship, and family.
Well, I love my family. My daughter still haven't seen me since I left the motorcycle dealership that day.
I think you got to pick which one you like. You can have freedom or you can have recognition, but you can't have both.
Michelle? Yeah. I hope not today. Because I swear I used a lot of chloroform on her. Yeah,
She better stay
she
asleep.
has got. I mean, I don't care that her husband's name is on the outside of the theater. It was hundreds and thousands of years ago.
People are bored with her.
No. They don't come for her. She thinks they come for her. I know. That is disgusting. They are going to love our two-person act. Sure are. Now, Michelle, I'm waiting for it.
I can hear them outside.
I know, pounding, right? I really feel like I've got to deliver. We've got to deliver. Because she's been holding us back, and that's what we've always been complaining about. Right. So the stakes are really high for us to deliver. We can do it, right? I think I've always thought we could.
We've seen that these women are beautiful in the way that undernourished young ballerinas are beautiful, like paper airplanes made from very nice paper.
Your cheekbones look so great.
Thanks, I love your shoulder blades.
I wish I could get them like mine. No. Your clavicles are just penetrating.
I only eat peas.
Count it. That was Diet Coke and popcorn. I'm doing Diet Coke and popcorn. I'll switch to peas. I'll switch to peas.
Hey, anyone seen my wife?
Michelle?
Yeah.
No, I don't know if she's gonna come in tonight.
She's here every night. She's the mainstay of this theater.
Tired.
What?
She said she was tired. She needed a day off.
I'll check the car.
Good thing we locked her in the closet. You ready to go on?
I'm not. I forgot to tell you I took her out of the closet and put her in the car. I really don't see the car. I didn't know. I just thought maybe she'd be over. You know, it didn't look like an accident. You know, like she accidentally did it herself.
Well, this is the vehicle. It's been parked over here for the last 3 or 4 days.
The body appears to be in an advanced state of decomposition, partially somewhat embalmed in the style of the Egyptian mummies. The car is a Plymouth Reliant, 1987 Plymouth Reliant convertible, perceptible odor of preservatives. Woman in the passenger seat looks as though she was once heartbreakingly beautiful, now clinging to a glory long since faded. And the denouement of her life actuated only by hate for her younger colleagues, possibly struck in the back of the skull.
You just use chloroform, right?
Man, I struck her in the back of the skull, just to be sure.
That's gonna look more obvious.
Well, I thought maybe she'd go up, get the chloroform, go back, and struck in the head, you know?
That's true. People can fall.
Yeah.
People get sleepy.
It's whiplash, it's called whiplash.
Excuse me, ladies. There are 2 gentlemen outside.
Admiring?
I'm sure there are a lot of gentlemen outside waiting to see us.
Sounds like it.
They have state uniforms.
We're like men in uniform. Like men in uniform. We do that number tonight. Let me entertain you, man in uniform. Yeah.
Ma'am, NYPD.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, gosh.
Myself and my partner were curious about the elderly flower preserved in chloroform and Plymouth Reliant convertible
Yeah, she was
immediately outside the stage door.
She was our, we were her mentees. I guess you could say mentees.
We learned a lot.
Yeah.
Can't help but notice that the room also smells like chloroform, and that you have a bloody sack crusted with an old woman's hair on your hand.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Well, I thought that was willed to us. Yeah. We were willed that. She let us know her wishes. She said, don't tell anyone, but I'm going to scalp myself before I die. I want you girls to have it so you can remember how to do your hair. Which I've been modeling my hair on for a bit, you know? It's a very tight bun. It's very tight.
Pretty knows the pain. She didn't feel it.
You need something to go off of.
Detective Andrews, in the experience in your career, would you say that that is a large amount of chloroform found in their dressing room?
Yes, we happen to find 6 Fresca bottles, 2-liter Fresca bottles, full of chloroform. It is approximately $250 retail worth of chloroform, more than you would expect to see outside perhaps a funeral parlor or professional assassins.
In your estimation, that's a lot.
Yes, more typically you would expect an amount of chloroform that might fit inside a locket or on a delicately scented handkerchief.
That's all you would need.
Yeah, that would certainly be more than adequate to incapacitate a normal human being, let alone someone with very degraded metabolic functions, extremely, almost supernaturally elderly woman as the victim.
What would you say as far as a number, given the amount of chloroform that you could use on could you quantify that amount?
Actually, I differ with my coworker. I actually believe the scalping story. I think that she probably scalped herself. And the chloroform, it's a lot.
I was worked in it, honey! Did you have to judge any hard cases? You worthless sack of crap!
I may lose a case in which the jury might believe that this woman has scalped herself.
Did you look like a ridiculous bald penguin in your robe the whole time?
Yes, I did.
Well, sir, I guess you just 2 or 3 cc's would be adequate. 2 or 3 cc's just on it.
It's actually just part of my diet. We all do it. It numbs the stomach.
You just put it on the handkerchief, and then you would just hold it over their mouth. Do you want, I could write it down.
No, I apologize, Your Honor. I know I've been belaboring the point. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Fantastic. You still look like an idiot up there in barrister's robe, asking all those ridiculous questions about chloroform. I saw you on court TV.
I'm a lawyer, goddammit!
You're a jerk.
I'm a lawyer!
You're a sad, sad jerk.
What you need to do is just get in this coupe, man. Just get in the seat, man. Just get in there. You feel like a young man, like a guy who's got his whole life ahead of him. This car is a chick magnet, man. I'm telling you.
Chick magnet.
That's right. Cherry red.
I'm going to attract chicks with this vehicle. Give me the keys!
Here you are, sir. Just take
Have your 2 employees hold open those doors.
Yes. Here's the policy around here. You just take it right out, as long as you want. I don't care if you take that for years.
Bring it later!
I enjoy my time on the farm with you. Well, I enjoyed my time on the farm with you. I see you're switching instruments. See you switch to the banjo, and up you a switch to the violin.
I hope you don't mind a little juice, huh?
Well, here we are.
Violin?
Yeah. Oh. A bread.
I have no idea Stradivarius. Yeah, I got it. At the pawn shop, I had 3.
You don't ever think we should take this act on the road?
No.
Nope.
No. I chased achievement my whole life. Now I'm just happy to be here as part of the family. To be frank, I'm somewhat disturbed with the outside world is beginning to intrude.
You mean through my last comment?
I bought this banjo to prove you.
I bought this Stradivarius to be here when I saw you was playing.
That is the utmost form of respect I've ever gotten from anyone.
This place is not about respect, it's about freedom. Respect is what kept me chained to a pew for 17 long years.
I hear you.
I don't want to be respected for my banjo playing. I want to play my banjo just to play it.
Play the fuck out of it.
What the fuck out of this?
Carolina Sky, I'm on 4.
The young man is dead. He aged quite quickly.
Oh boy.
It's all
Who's
right.
gonna play songs for me now?
Well, I don't know. Anyone you want.
Anyone?
Absolutely anyone.
Really? There's a drummer downtown I want.
Where downtown?
He plays a gig on Thursday nights at U Street in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And
Broken fucking
it's at
road.
8 o'clock.
What?
I said broken fucking
All right,
road.
let's do it. Let's do it.
Jasper.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Jasper?
Who are you?
Stop him in the back! Let's go away from you, you motherfucker! Come on!
Jasper!
Come on! I love you, Carol!
Congratulations, Jasper. You've just launched on a very lucrative course of your employment.
Broken fucking road! Yeah!
I love you. Is that what you want to hear? Is that what you want to hear for all this time? I love you.
No, that is not what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear nothing from you. I wanted to hear nothing from your mouth, just the sweet serenity of your strings.
Just nothing?
Just...
I want to talk, I want to interact, I want to say things.
Then go back to them!
Really, you just have me leave just like that. You want to be me, but now you just want me to go, and then you can take over my place and be me and play banjo and pretend like you're me.
I'm not going to pretend that I'm you. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be me for myself, and I'm going to do it right here. Alone, if I have to. Someone else will get lost. Some orthodontist on a Harley Davidson will come on down there. I'll give him a coffee can full of beans. He can shake it up and down.
You might. Someone might come by, they might not. And then you'll just be alone. Picking alone.
Picking alone is what I want. Picking alone is the choice I made, and that's what put me here. Maybe a deputy undersecretary of state will come by on a pogo stick and a washboard wear on his chest to do percussion.
Excuse me, fellas. I'm looking for my way back to the highway.
Case in point.
Pretty fucking smooth how he just came in right at that moment.
Well, sir, the way back to the highway is very straightforward physically. You have to make a choice. You still want to be a prosecutor?
Or do you want to, but do you want to feel loved? Do you want to be appreciated? Do you want to hear nice things from people?
Or do you want absolute freedom? Do you want absolute freedom to make
Freedom
your
might be
own
out
choices?
there.
Those are your
Freedom
choices.
might be
Three
right
different
here.
ways.
Right
It's three
here.
different ways.
You
You pick whichever one you want, but you have to pick. That's what matters. You can't have love, because love is just a shame. Love is just a shame that holds you down, and then you won't be any better than all the other drones living in their hives. And one day you wake up, just a little bit of love.
Just a little bit of love. That's right. You fucking take me away.
with you, man.